Hello, welcome to the Jade Marlin webinar series. And I am your guest hostess. I'm a longtime friend of the foundation, and I'm very honored to be here to introduce Alena Chapman, who has an incredibly interesting topic that she's going to be talking on to share with you all. And she has a podcast coming up not too long after she's doing this presentation. So you're going to want to look at the notes under this presentation when it goes onto social media so that you can join her podcast and learn more and be with her when she goes live with her new project. The topic today is 3 powerful ways to make your dreams into a reality. This is fantastic. So let me tell you a little bit about Alena, and then I'll turn it over to her. At the end, you will have a chance to ask questions. If you can't wait, you can write them into the question area and it'll show up on the side, but I will get to everybody after this is over, and I'll call on you, ask you to mute yourself, and then you can ask the question, and then you'll mute yourself again and we'll go to the next question, okay? So we're all ready to go. Alena's quest is to help people everywhere heal and connect to their soul's purpose and to experience true universal abundance while on their journey. She loves to discuss current events from a soul's perspective. She works with clients all over the world and helps them learn how to heal themselves so that they can identify what they're really here on the earth to do and achieve in life. She does so from a space of compassion, non-judgment, and love. She's known as the spiritual thought leader. She's a 3-time international bestseller, the former host of a highly syndicated radio show and YouTube channel called Magical Moments with Alena Chapman, and she had 250,000 monthly subscribers. That's impressive. She is currently working on her brand new podcast, Mystical Muse, and that podcast is not going to be scripted. It's going to be like we're listening into conversations with her in a coffee shop, so that it's going to be very intimate so that she can really get down and speak to the person that she's with and deal with what their soul purpose is here on this plane. So I am thrilled to be able to introduce you. Welcome to the webinar series. Hi, Alena. It's all yours.
Oh, thank you so much. I am so happy to be here and I'm looking forward to it. And for all these wonderful people who want or are entrepreneurs and just want to grow, guess what? I've got some wonderful news. I mean, wonderful news. I looked it up. I wanted to find a statistic, okay? Because we're after the COVID, things are changing. As you know, the world is in a different place. I thought, how is the entrepreneur doing? How is the entrepreneur in the US doing? Well, here's the good news. Forbes came out with 2023, their business, all right? And they say 99.9% of most businesses in the US today are small entrepreneur businesses. 99.9. It's like we came out of the COVID saying we're ready to go, we're going to rev, and we're going to build our dreams. Now, this is incredible because the one thing that people don't understand, because we're always talking about the big monopolies, right? The Amazons, the whatever else. But here's the thing we don't understand, that it is the small entrepreneur that is so critical to our whole economic development. It is actually the small entrepreneur, even, believe it or not, the ones that do not even have employees yet, but are out there because we entrepreneurs, I'm an entrepreneur, we are the vital touch on what people want. Believe it or not. We are the ones that provide the jobs. We are the ones that are the innovators. We are the ones that are in touch with every person. And we are the ones that actually provide the jobs. Yeah, because as you grow, you start hiring people. And you don't hire, you hire the person who's next door. You hire the person that's in the community. You help that community grow. So see, when we start looking at how important we are, when we're starting our business, we're much more than just a person starting with an idea. We are a very crucial growth to the whole economics of our world. Now, when you look at that, all of a sudden, you're pretty darn important. And I want you to feel that way because you are, and you have a dream. And why wouldn't you feel important? So many times we let that subconscious criticalness come forward in our brain and kind of screw up and say, oh, well, I don't know, I just have an idea. Stop. Because it's because of your idea that you have gleaned from all the things you've seen in the world today, and you're seeing what's best to bring forward. You're serving the community. I'll tell you a quick story about this. I did have, when COVID first started, I was having some lunch with some friends, and a male friend of mine came in, and he did have one factory, only one, okay? It was his business. I think he did, I don't know what he did actually. But anyway, he came in and he said, you guys, I got an idea. I said, what's your idea? He said, okay, we're going into a really hard time here. We need protection. I'm stopping all production of everything I do, and I am now going to just make masks. Now, that was before everybody was saying we need masks right away. Now, his intuition of what was needed in this world and his ability to say, I want to serve, I want to meet this crisis, I want to bring forth the idea that I have that can help. What did we all use? Masks. See how important it is that your idea, when you're in touch, you're more in touch with what's needed now than ever. So don't let the critical mind come in. The critical mind is not based on anything. You really got to let it go. And I'm going to ask you 2 other questions instead, okay? Because I'm not going to sit here and harp on the critical mind, because what do we do when we harp on one thing? What comes forward? That's what we're talking about. So I'm going to do a reverse. We're going to go another aspect. And I'm going to talk about 2 questions you should be asking yourself. One of them, what are the aspects of business that will help you survive the first year, the second year, and grow and grow and grow and have your wonderful business just thrive? That's the first question. The second question, and I love this one, what are the key aspects that you always will keep, never throw out, and you'll keep them all through the years for that business to have the success, the growth, the money, and the flow of ease? That's what you're going to get through here, okay? In this webinar, those are the 2 questions we're going to talk about. And I will tell you, a lot of it comes from in here. Just starts right in here. But I really thought about this, and I can keep throwing out facts and things like that, but I think stories do the best of ever. So I'm going to tell you how I started this business I have, which is Mystical Muse. And it wasn't even supposed to be a business. So you'll love this story. What had happened was I was going through a really hard time in my life, and that made me start journaling. Actually, I got up every morning and asked the universe, what should I do today that's fun? And one day I woke up and said, journal. Get all this stuff out on paper. Everything you're feeling, everything you're going through, what are you doing to survive this situation? So I would drop my boys, who were little at that time, off at school and go to a coffee shop and sit there and write. And 20 minutes turned into the next day an hour, the next day turned into 2 hours, and I was writing and journaling like crazy, right? I had a journal about that thick. I was a mad writer, okay? So, all right, now I have this book. And I'm not, or a journal, a journal. I didn't even know it was a book that time. And then they say when you are ready, the teacher will show. And I got a email of my teacher to be, and he said, "You need to come and see me." And I thought, yes, I do. So I signed up to see him, and I was lucky enough to meet him in person at his event. And when I did, I told him about what I was doing, and he read a little bit of what I had, and he said, "All right, you've got a book here." And I said, "I got a book." I said, "I wasn't really sure about it. You think I got a real book?" And he said, "Yes, you got a real book." And he got me in touch with a person who could teach me how to write the book and who could help me publish it. And then he started to set me up in the business that I was to start. Now, this was my mentor. And I do believe more than anything in this world, we do need mentors, because mentors are people who can cut through all the things you might need down to the nitty gritty of what you do need. And what happened after that was I had my first book, You Can't Escape from a Prison If You Don't Know You're in One. Now that book became an international bestseller, and it was a national bestseller in Canada before it was even launched. Okay. And from there, I wrote a second book. And that became an international bestseller. That was The Prison Effect. Both of those were more about getting through any tough situation.
Cable and the lever.
Well, that's okay. Do they know they're on? I love to have you, but and so I made two books that were international bestsellers. And then when I went to and then when I was ready to start the business, I did what I knew. I had a ready-made audience. How did I have that ready-made audience? Everybody knew what my trial was. And the people at my kids' school, everybody knew, and they knew about my books. So what happened was my mentor, who actually was Bob Proctor from The Secret, said to me, "Well, this week I want you to get 10 clients." I said, "Okay." So I went around and I said, "Hey, I'm taking on clients." The school sent me clients, the hairdresser sent me clients. Everybody I knew in the community were sending me clients. And I had 10 like that. Then he said, "All right, get 10 more." I got 10 more because I was doing what I knew and everybody else knew. Do you see? I wasn't suddenly doing something so far out that nobody understood. I was doing what I knew. And then I started a company, and the company was doing really well. I started then bringing more spirituality in it. Now I have a book coming out calling Hello Soul. It's morphing, it's coming into its new being, because I was finding that the people I was working with, they needed a little bit more, that the self-improvement wasn't just doing it. And when I happened to open up to someone I knew, I think it was Elizabeth Gilbert, and she said, "Well, why aren't you teaching that?" So I started incorporating that in my teaching. All the things I believe, what helps me to keep positive, what helps me to keep the aspects of the visualization in my very present moment, so that I always hold my vision clear without any criticalness. What is it about my life that helps me to succeed in most things that I try? I go to a networking group, and before I know it, I have a radio show. That's more than just hard work. That is my spirituality coming into play. So I started opening more to my spirituality and my teachings. I found my clients were doing better. I found that they, gosh, in three little sessions, all of a sudden they're feeling more confident, more fulfilled, they're fixing the problems, they're moving forward, they're starting to attach to that beautiful part of them, and starting the imaginations flowing, the creative. Come on, that's incredible, right? So that's how the company is growing and growing and growing. But it all started with me just journaling. It all started with me finding someone who I thought would help me, a mentor. And it all started with me just taking the steps with what I knew. Okay? Now, what I want to do is give you today 3 great ways to start building it within yourself. That confidence, that strength, that strong visualizing of what you want, that feeling that you can take the steps forward that you need to take with confidence, right? Okay, so the first one I would like to talk about is the power of visualization. Now, what is visualization or visioneering or whatever else you want to? You know, right now, I know everybody probably has heard about the vision board, you know, where you put the pictures of what you want on a board and you look at it and you say, okay, yeah, I want that boat and I want that house and I want whatever. That's a vision board. And you put it up on your wall and you look at it when you get dressed in the morning or put on your makeup or brush your teeth, whatever. Okay. Well, visualization is a little bit different. Visualization is when you take the time to get centered and you get very calm, the shoulders drop and everything, and you breathe, and then you visualize what you want in your life. And I thought we might do one here today. I'm going to come back to that. Why do we want to do that? Steve Jobs, I think, said it best out of anyone. He said, if you can have an idea or you can see it in your mind, then you can hold it in your hand. And I do always have to giggle at that because what did he do? He developed the cell phone. So he literally did hold it in his hand. I like little things like that. But anyway, so he's right. Nothing is given to us in our imaginations that we can't create. Because guess what? It's our imagination. We are the ones that think of it. We are the ones that can create it. So anything you can dream, you can have in your life. There's no doubt about it. Where the disconnect comes is when our picture of what we want gets foggy or gets waylaid by delays or something. Then we start to waver. But when we do a visualization, we're keeping our eye on what it looks like. We're keeping our imagination alive. And that visualization can also be adapted so that when you meet the challenges in your business, you can get quiet. You know what the end goal is, right? So then you see this visualization and you just start tickling the imagination, saying things like, okay, so we've got this little, what are some avenues I can take? Nice and calm, totally in an observing kind of role. What are some fun things I could do? What can we do with this situation? And you'll come up with ideas that when you have the critical mind in there, or you have other people's opinions in there, and everybody wants to help but doesn't have the solution, you get all boggled. But this will be clear. Do you see? Your imagination is the key to having your business evolve. And it is also the key to having it grow. It's cool. It's really cool stuff. Now, I don't know. What you think, my beautiful host over there? Should we do a visualization now or should I save it? Oh, you're muted. Oh, you're muted. Ah, all right. Well, then I say,
There we go.
Oh,
I'm
there you
off.
are. Yeah. What do you say? Do you think we should do a visualization now?
I think visualizations are great.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys. So I'm not going to do music because you're not going to. Oh, yeah, I know. Look at this. Fell and yeah, but I'm trying to make it look pretty. I might put jewels on it. But right now, I would like you to get comfortable. I would like you to just, I would like you to sit in a comfortable chair if you're not, all right, or on the floor or lie down. I don't care. And then once you're sitting, I want you to take a deep, slow breath. Don't breathe in fast. That's not going to help us. Breathe in slow and just extend all the area around your rib cage and down to your abdomen. Breathe in and then gently breathe out like a waterfall. Now breathe in again and breathe out very gently. Now on this next breath, when you breathe in, I want you to just think about your shoulders. Where are they? Are they relaxed or are they tight? And the back of your neck. You're breathing in and breathe out again. When you breathe in this time, think about where your hands are. Are they clenched or are they free and relaxed? Relax them. Let the arms get heavy. Now breathe out. Breathe in again. And where are your hips? Are you storing stuff in your hips? Don't do that. Let them feel free and loose. Let it go and breathe out. And finally, the legs. When you breathe in, let them just feel just sleepy and heavy, and let them just fall and right into wherever you're sitting and breathe out. You're now ready. Breathe in this time. And I want you to just think about your imagination. Breathe out. Breathe in now. I would like you to see, where do you want this business to be? Breathe out. Keep that breath steady. See your business, where it is now. Maybe you're just at the start of it. That's okay. See the dream of it. What does it look like? And if you have a business, look for the future. What does that look like? Look at the businesses in the future. And how does it feel? How does it feel when you stand in a successful business, or a business that you have just started, or a new growth in your business? Does it feel successful? Does it feel happy? Now, look at some of the products that you are serving or that you are bringing forward to serve. What's new? What is it that you want to create for people? See people coming up and being so happy to receive what you have to give. And feel how you feel helping these people with what they need. And for those who want to grow this new product or this new place, see the same thing. People so happy to receive, and you are so happy to be able to serve. And see how this wonderful amount of people is growing and growing. And see yourself feeling complete and wanting to do more. Now, see what you will receive for all this service. See the happy family, or the happy home, or the peace you have walking in the woods. Feel that level of feeling accomplished. All of this can be created in your life. This is your imagination. And it can be held in your hand and brought into this reality. Hold on to those feelings. Take a deep breath. Center yourself within your belly. Breathe out. Breathe in again and open your eyes. I really would love to hear what happened in that visualization for you. Now, it is very important. Our lines to the universe or to God, to the angels, to whatever, okay? Our lines to that are all vibrational. Everything travels by vibration. So saying it is one thing. Feeling is the direct line. So that's why in the visualization, I was saying things like, okay, feeling of accomplishment, feeling of that happiness to serve, all these wonderful feelings. That's what your real visualization is about. And you keep those feelings of wonderful visualization and those feelings of whatever it is that gives you what you need in your business. And when you bring those feelings into your business after that visualization, you'll find that things go with more ease and flow. You will find that serving people, it will come alive in you again. And what does that do? That says to the universe, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. This is where I'm supposed to be right now. This is where all my lessons for my soul are happening. I want this. And it will bring you what you need to make that more. And that's how your business grows. Do you see? Now, I know, sounds like Santa Claus. It's not, it's vibration. And when we understand that okay, all right, let's play with it. I'll play with it a little bit here. So I don't want to bring you there really, but think about something that made you angry. Just really quick. The dog ate your sundae. I don't know, something that made you angry, a little pissed off. Do you feel how heavy that is? Do you feel how that changes everything? You go into your business like that, you're giving it all that energy. It will not grow. It's heavy. But when you came out of that visualization, you felt accomplished. You felt happy to serve. You felt incredibly happy to have a product to serve people that really is good. You had pride in your product, right? That's the feeling you have to have. And that's why we always say, you can't let the lack come in. And that's why people that have been down the road, or people that, I don't know, whatever, people that you listen to, pastor at church, whatever it is that really works for you, that person helps set you on that road of a good vibration and a good feeling. It is all about that. Okay, so that's visualization. That's probably the most powerful tool anybody could teach you. Now, the other thing I would like to talk about is intuition. Now, yeah, I know. You're saying, Alena, what about marketing? What about, okay, and I'm going to talk about that because, yeah. Yeah, because when you go into your own business, when you start your own business, it is so easy to get in over your head. Oh my gosh, it can be so easy. Everybody says, oh yeah, you need me to get you all those followers because you got to get things online, right? Okay, and that's going to be 3,000 right there a month or more, right? Or maybe if you're lucky, maybe 500. But if you have no money coming in, 500 is a lot of money, right? Okay, so you got that, the numbers of getting your numbers up. You got the person who says, oh, but you don't understand marketing, and we really got to get you marketed and get you branded. I have been to so many wonderful seminars where everybody wants to rebrand you. You never have a branding, guys. You are your branding. You know, and everybody will try. I had one person who made me look like a historian of spirituality, which I didn't like at all. I felt like I had to put my hair up and put on glasses. I didn't like it at all. And then another person then one made me have I love flowers, but it was so flowery. It made me look like an old lady. You know, it was too much. It was just, Just don't go there. You don't need it. Your branding will come. And oh my gosh, and that quick, what is it? That quick reply, who are you? Well, you know who you are. Don't let them confuse you. When, if someone asks me who I am a mystic, okay? I am a mystic. And I am someone who brings so much confidence, so much joy, so much peace, so much feeling of believing in yourself again and activating your imagination and connecting you to yourself and divinity. That's what I do. Quick. What do you do? And then if they have questions, great. And if they look at me cross-eyed, I know they're not my client, right? That's it. There are going to be lots of people that like you and lots of people that don't. But don't let them change your branding. You know who you are. You know what you do. You know what you bring to the table. Use your own imagination to create this stuff. And if somebody can change it and make money, they will. All right? So really think carefully about who's coming in and if you really need them. And how do you do that? Because, you're looking at the shiny baubles. I know, been there, done that. You see the shiny baubles of what you can be, and they're setting up this beautiful picture, and you believe them. Oh yeah, I know, been there. So what do you do instead? You get away and think. You got to start listening to you. Me, you. Okay, I listen to me, you listen to you. And that means you have got to take time. Never do anything rashly. Go back into your room. Start to listen to your body. That is your intuition. That is the deepest part of you saying, no way, Alena, don't go down that road again. Or, hey, Alena, this is the real deal, go for it, right? That is what you need to listen to. Now, some people feel it in their shoulders get very tight, or I feel it in my gut. Everything's in my gut. So my stomach, if it's not right, will start to just feel very strange. And I just have to pull back and say, wait. And I listen to myself. What is going on? I know enough to go inside and just be very quiet and say, what is it? What are the different options in this? Why do I like it? What is making me hold back? And I trust it. It will save you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Your intuition is the most valuable thing you have. And when you get it really tuned, then when you're in your business and you have to make major decisions, you can trust your intuition. And you can judge whether it's just fear-based or that you really know the right way, especially if you're keeping your visualizations up. Do you see how this works together? And I know this sounds woo-woo, but I'll tell you what, if you don't know how you feel, you don't know who you are, you don't have a good picture of your business, I'm telling you right now, everybody in the world will build it for you, and it'll cost you a mint. You've got to know. Then, one of the most important things, and this is Bob Proctor teach. Well, he helped me with learning about vibration, right? That's what he did. But the one thing he really helped me know, start with what you know. Don't try to start with something you don't know. Start with something you know and build what you don't know. But start with something you know so that the money starts coming in right away. With the money, you can build whatever it is you want to build from that. Me, I started with what I knew. And that was the crisis I had been through, which was a divorce, a bad one, okay? And so I knew how to get through a divorce and hold your family together and hold your sanity. So that's what I was teaching. And I put all the skills in books. So everybody I had was divorce. It's very hard to have every client with divorce. It is a very long day, but that's what I was good at and that's what I was doing. From that, we grew into other things and then we went into the spirituality. I I was doing great with all the divorces. I mean, I was filled every day. I had more than I could ever deal with, right? But then it kind of just morphed itself. And I allowed it to go. When I did Magical Moments on the radio for ease and betterment in your life, I started to get clients that were doing other things and wanted to know more about, okay, why am I on this earth? And all this other stuff that started to come. And then I started answering those questions. And we just naturally, the company just changed. It's no Einstein thing, right?
You changed.
I changed. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I changed. But start with what you know. And I tell you, Bob was great. He kept it simple, 10 and 10. And then he said, okay, now you're ready for an assistant. So I called my best client and I said, hey, you want to be an assistant? Everything was very grass grown. And it still kind of is. Yeah. So if you follow these 3 things, how are we doing on time? We're doing okay. These 3 things, these are the things that are going to keep you growing in your business. These are the things that are going to help your business to thrive. Nothing else. You can have, and I'll tell you right now, I know a lot of marketing. I've seen all the marketing. I really have. Is it worth investing in? No. Why? Because we're in a new world. We're in a new world. And it's the people who are getting out there on the social media. You know, I've got I had a future daughter-in-law who decided to do crystals. She got on Etsy herself, by herself, and started putting together cool little things with her crystals. She made $40,000 the first year. That's not bad. That's not bad. Do you see? You have to trust yourself. You have to know what you want. You move forward. You don't need all the marketing stuff. Right now, it's like the wild, wild west. It's who gets out there and really shines with what they want. Again, the visualization, the feeling, gets out there and really tells the story, and the people will come. And I'm all for growth. I had an experience that happened to me this last month. I just got on TikTok and I told it, and I can't believe how it's taking off, right? I really can't. Today I looked, I had 52 new little, and I'm not, I didn't have 300,000, but I had 52, and that was just in the morning, and then it just keeps going. So I say that's a win, right? Those are potential customers. Those are the ones that are going to ask questions. Those are the ones that are going to come to you. It's really a different world. It's not like it used to be. And building online, I will give you a clue. If you have a brick and mortar, you got to build that online. That's a little bit of nuts and bolts. Nobody is surviving just the storefronts, because I was thinking of opening a store. So I kind of went around. That's the other thing. Do your, go out there and look. I went out and I asked all the store people that had stores around. I said, so what, are you more online, or are you just in the store? And they all said, no, we've got a thriving online. And then this is fun. Okay? Inside there. But it starts with you. It starts with you. And if you don't believe in you, it's going to be a hard road. It really is. Okay? So whatever you do, build that confidence in yourself and build that feeling of, I'm worth this. That's what you have to do. Build that, I'm worthy of this success. Yeah? Okay, we can open up to questions. I'm like a couple minutes late, not too bad. And maybe we'll have more questions, and if not, I'll talk more.
Okay, if you have a question, you can put it into the chat box. I'll read it, and then you can unmute yourself and ask it personally. How's that?
Cool.
Do we have any questions out there?
Oh my gosh, I hope so.
I can't see any of you, so if you want us to see you, you could raise your hand. That would be great. Let me just comment. I am a business owner. I do have my own little business and I'm a health coach. And I've made this the year of self-love. And it fits exactly into what you're saying. If you, everything you do, all the energy you put out and attract back to you starts with self-love. And that's exactly what you're talking about in terms of starting a foundation to build your kingdom and build your success.
Yes, yes. And really, it is about that. It's really funny when, before all this, long before, oh God, I was in music for a long time. I taught in universities. I taught voice, opera workshop, oh God, all the different things. And anyway, I remember the director of one of the colleges came over to me and said, "Hey, I want you to start a women's choir." Now I had worked church choirs and stuff, but when you're going to do it on a college level, you better have a degree or they'll tear you up. I mean, I'm quite honest, because it's all about the degree. You're in the institution that gives degrees, right? So anyway, I went home, I grabbed a cup of tea, I sat down under a tree. I love trees. If you're ever having trouble, sit under a tree. Lots of good energy and messages. And I closed my eyes and I sipped in my herbal tea and I said, okay, I'm going to tickle my imagination here, because I had told him no, but then he said, yes, you are. So I sat under that tree and said, all right, okay, so I'm going to have a women's choir. All right, so why? Why do I want to have a women's choir? That's the first question I asked. This is actually very good for building a business too. And I said, well, because I want to show these women, these girls, what they can accomplish with their voices and what they can do together. And then I asked, well, what is that? And I thought about it and I said, oh my gosh, I want them to learn how to paint pictures with their voice. I want to show them all the cool ways that they can use their voices together to paint the picture of the music. And I like that one. Okay, so now I'm moving here. Okay, so, all right, so, but why would people come and hear this? Because I am painting. They will sit out there and they will not only hear the chords, but they will understand the whole story of the music. Now, I'll tell you, I went back. I had the first rehearsal, 10 women. That's all I had. I said, okay, well, we did our thing. And everybody was loving coming to the rehearsals, right? Because I was teaching them stuff they just didn't learn in normal voice. I was teaching them how to really play with their voice. And then the next semester, I was up to 75. Do you see? It's all in here and in here. That same thing I did there, that was my business, right? Making a success of that. And that's how you build a business. Yeah. Questions. You got to have questions. I'm sure you don't know all the answers to all this. Or maybe you do.
Oh, I have a question.
Good.
Hi.
Go.
Hi.
Hi.
No, I was listening to you, how you said about the storytelling from before. You know, instead of using a lot of marketing, but really when you talk about yourself, it kind of motivates people to really tie in, and by you're relating your story, it connects them because they could have something similar, which
Right.
is kind of how built up the interest in the site and the
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Are you a good storyteller?
Yeah, I am. I like to tell stories.
Yeah, storytelling is that's kind of what I do too. I've always been a storyteller. So when you tell the story, yes, storytellers help them to relate. Also, they not only relate to you, but they think to themselves, okay, am I doing that? Can I do that? what do I need help with? Or do I really, okay, I get this. But it gives them something to grab hold of in okay, old educator here, their cognitive structure, something they know, and then can launch from that. It's very important. Stories are really cool. Yeah, tell
Yeah,
your stories, but
yeah,
you
and
got
I
to time them
just like,
out too. You can't just do all stories, right?
right, right. Well, I like when you talked about the class you just gave and how the numbers went up, but you basically gave them something they didn't know to use to
Right.
increase, to better themselves. And it's something they hadn't heard before. And I think that's also part of I don't know if you call that like a niche or something, giving somebody something new that can benefit themselves. I don't know what you would say
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, yeah. I don't know either. I think it's just, what am I giving them? Well, I'm giving them a part of themselves. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. They always have it in them. They just don't know, right? I'm just giving them the door to open.
Yes, I really enjoyed that.
I like it. I'm so glad. What do you do?
I'm a grant writer.
Are you?
Yes, but
Oh,
I want to also spend some of my time writing children's stories, but I never find time.
oh, well, then you have to make time. Because that's a cool thing. And a grant writer, granted, that's incredible. There
Mhm.
are not enough of you. But now, these children's story things,
Mhm.
I love this idea. So what you need to do is just dedicate yourself to doing just a little. And it can be, and think of it instead of a have to do as a time to relax. So you bring all your favorite things. Like
Mhm.
I'm a coffee shop girl. I love to go because I wasn't the girl who studied in the library. I was the girl who always needs movement. I don't want to
Mhm.
be a part of the movement. I don't want to talk to you, but I need to see the movement for my brain to start activating. Don't ask me why. That's one of my little quirks. But I sit in the coffee shop and I say, okay, for 20 minutes, I'm going to relax here with this beautiful little tea, and I am going to write, just write whatever I want to write. And don't criticize it. See what your imagination brings forward. The thing is, we're so quick to criticize and then we throw away the paper. Don't do that, because you don't know where that's going to go yet. And don't even call it a book. Just say, I'm going to just write a story that I like. Don't put
Mhm.
any pressure on you. Don't. Just enjoy what you're doing and just do 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes of enjoyment. Might
Oh,
turn to an hour of enjoyment, huh?
uh-huh. Yeah, because I'm
That
always criticizing myself. I'm always like, oh, wait, no, let me change. I
no,
spend a lot
no,
of time
no,
in
no.
that world.
Stop changing. No, no. There are so many people out there who want to change you, so you stop changing you. Yeah, no, no. Use what's coming out of your imagination for the story, because you've got it. You just have to just do it. Just do it. Leave it and take it. You know what I mean? You can always
Mhm.
morph it as you write, and then when you go back, you can change here and there. But the more you start changing every little step, it never grows. Just write, and when it's complete, then you can go back and do a little bit here or there. But, you know, I think for every story you have in your mind, there's a
Mhm.
child waiting for it. And what
Mhm.
you have in your mind is what needs to come down on paper. Don't
I
let the
like that.
don't let the criticalness come in, because it's not part of it all.
Mhm.
Okay? It's not part of the process. Do you understand?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I never thought of it like that. That there's some kid that's willing to hear that particular story, and
Oh,
I'm just like,
yeah.
oh, I do a lot of that.
No, no, no,
But I would change that focus and, like you said, find that 20 minutes a day
to
to
just
just do it for fun instead of make it work. I think it's become a work to me.
yeah, no, don't do that. No, it's not work. No,
Mhm.
you're doing creativity. Oh my God. When you're creating from the deepest part of you. That's fun. That's a release. Keep it a release. Don't make it work. No, no, no. When I used to do choirs and I would sit, I always had choirs on the side. Why? Because it's a natural high. You're sitting in the middle of
Mhm.
all these people sitting around you, making this glorious noise. It's like earphones everywhere. You are just soaking this up. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. I never felt like I was working. Just like now, I never feel like I'm working when I'm working with a client, because it is creation. We're
Mhm.
creating, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, that's not work.
I'm gonna rethink that.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And
Yeah.
if it's your passion, it shouldn't be work.
No.
Make it your passion. That's something that you wanted to do forever. So
Mhm.
do it. Give yourself the pleasure of doing it.
Yeah. You got to get your favorite tea. Enjoy it.
Thank you, I will.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a great question. Keep those stories coming. I love it. Anybody else? She broke the ice. I don't even know how many are on, and I'm on my computer. I can't tell. So, oh, please, there's got to be somebody else. No? Yeah. Okay. Well, then I do want to talk a little bit. For those of you who are interested, you can, well, I don't know. It's up to you. There is I think Jody put it in the chat and you can take a look. We have a living purposefully, yeah, say that 10 times, purposefully mastermind. Meaning what it's a master, if anybody knows what a mastermind is, oh my gosh, that's another Bob Proctor thing. Masterminds are when you are all in a group together. And what we do is it's building alliances. It's also getting creative ideas. Of course, I always add the spiritual factor, but on top of that, I always give a little key thing that we can start doing to increase our creativity, increase our production. And I do that in the beginning, but then everybody talks and then we work with everybody to bring their business into more of fruition or their dream or or to really get their creativity going, whatever they need. I have done this for many groups and it's always a win-win-win. People are really, like, I've got one girl touring all over the United States now because of it. So I have to say, it's really cool. And she always comes back to her friends in the mastermind. So those who are interested in that, that is at alenachapman.com. And if you register, then there we go. It is a little cost, but it's not really very much at all. I made it very palatable because why? Because I wanted to. Simple as that. All right. So other than that, keep those 3 aspects and believe in yourself. You've got everything you need right in here, right in here. You just have to let it out, let it flower. You know, that's what it's asking. Yeah. And in those, the really cool thing when you do that, then the soul just dances. And the soul will give you easier lessons in life. It's so funny. We always think we have to think with a critical mind, but that critical mind disconnects all of that. And that's why we have such hard lessons in our life, because you're going to learn the lessons one way or another. That's why you're here, right? We're here to learn contrast. We're here to experience what we don't know. So you can either do that through creation in a good way, or you can do it in a very hard way. Yeah? So start trusting, start building a trust with you. That's what is needed for all business to survive. Okay? I love you all and thank you for having me. And thank you for all the wonderful listening. And I hope you all got something out of it. Enjoy any YouTube videos or anything that I do. And if you want, check out alenachapman.com. I'd love to see you in the mastermind. That would be so fun.
And we can just join. We can just go in and join for a nominal fee and join. And
yeah, it'll give you everything. And I think the price is on there. I wonder if my assistant, I can't even tell if she's on, I don't know. But I think there is a price, but it's not, oh my God. Oh, I think it's like $199. And
okay.
that's 6 weeks. That's not
Okay.
bad. I
And
told you it was nominal.
Yeah, it is. Okay, thank you.
I think it's something like that. It's very low.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Okay, so take a look. And oh yeah, Sandra, you got to be there. You're so cool. Yeah. I love you already. You're the storyteller. How can I not love you? You know? And so, yeah, I would love to see you guys. I do love it. I love to see everybody just bloom. That's why I do what I do, right?
Yeah, wonderful.
And I play music. Those are my two things. And I grow plants. That's my third thing. That's it. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I look forward to it.
Thank
and Alena
you.
is spelled Alena.
Got it.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to put all of her information under this when it goes online so that you can find her. She's very active on social media, so you'll be able to find her on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter and the new one, TikTok.
I
Thank
really
you.
like TikTok. Those people are really fun. I like TikTok. Yeah, I always get a lot of cool things there. Yeah, so yeah, all those places you can look for me.
And
All
then
right.
you'll know when her new podcast comes out, which is going to be terrific.
Mystical Muse. Oh my gosh, yeah. I can't wait. I just got to sit down and edit. I'm having a little bit of trouble editing. I can't do it with one hand. This is my right hand, guys. This is my hand. I am doing everything with my left hand. I'm turning very ambidextrous. Is that what they say? That's me. And editing has been very slow, but I've got Neil Donald Walsh I've done Sandra Ingerman. I've done, oh my gosh, I've done some incredible people. I've done everyday people. It's all about their spiritual journeys. It's all to help people on their spiritual journey and show that no matter where you are, somebody's been there and it's yours. And it's not going to be exactly the same. And it's really fun to see what other people have done. So it's there's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of discovery, there's a lot of there's just so much on that diet. That's a really when I get it out, I hope in about 2-3 weeks, I hope people will love it because it is really it's a fun podcast.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
All right, guys. I guess
Thank you
that's
so
it.
much.
Thank you for having me. Take care, guys. Believe
Goodbye. Thank
yourself,
you.
please. Bye.